Understanding language differences and dealing with ambiguity in communication. David is a recruitment officer for an educational company, Education Co., operating in the private sector in the UK, offering education to international students. The company has approximately 150 employees. The company aims to develop education in collaboration with people from different countries, students from different countries, and teachers from different countries. One of the aims is for its students to develop an understanding of people from different cultures. Because of the high number of international students in Education Co., staff need to be experienced when it comes to teaching students from different cultures where English may not be the first language, but also be experienced in how language differences may be creating ambiguity in communication with their international partners. Education Co. works with international private bodies who help introduce the company to international agents and consultants. Therefore, being aware of cultural and language issues in communication is imperative. David notes, it's really helpful when you have an overview of cultural issues that you might not otherwise know about, or just a general overview of what to expect, for example, on business norms. And so when you are at a meeting in certain countries where maybe handshakes may not be the most appropriate thing, you will be aware of a better way to interact with people. David's colleagues speak more than one foreign languages. They come from Europe and some can speak English, French, Spanish, and Italian. This enables the team to access so many different markets. Such language skills come in very handy in everyday communications with international partners, when ambiguity in communication naturally occurs due to language differences. He was recently in a meeting with Chinese partners and they were going over a contract. David had to be careful and explain all terms to ensure that the Chinese partners were fully understanding the contents of the contract. He notes, you have to be proactive to clarify certain points that might usually not need to be clarified between two native speakers of one particular language. So, for example, when we talk about contracts or when we're talking about official documents, it's important to be aware of that ambiguity and to try and address it for clarity and communication. David is aware that Chinese partners often say yes without necessarily meaning that they agree, and that they often smile without this meaning that they are happy with what is being discussed. They also say no through a range of phrases and supporting facial expressions, gestures, and silence. This is because they wish to remain polite and save face for everyone involved in the discussion. They may not say no outright and may instead say perhaps. The Chinese speaker expects his or her counterpart to pick up on the subtleties and stop engaging in confrontation or pursuing the issue further. From a Western point of view, this indirectness can be interpreted as disinterest or even dishonesty. Such simple misunderstandings can cause great issues in the collaboration between UK and Chinese partners, David has noticed. David now needs to train a new recruitment officer who is about to take over communications with the Chinese partners. One of the things he needs to convey to his new colleague is how it is important to understand language differences in order to deal with ambiguity in communication with international partners.